Galactic grudge matches between heavily armed space marines and parasitic alien species are nothing new, but Natural Selection 2's cool hybrid approach puts a fresh and exciting spin on the timeless conflict. This riotous online multiplayer game's aggressive matches blend first-person shooter combat with real-time strategy elements to deliver a one-of-a-kind experience. Mastering the intricacies of each distinct race's dynamic playstyle is no easy feat, but the satisfaction that comes from finally hitting your stride with a well-played match is worth the effort, even if learning the ropes as a rookie feels a lot like studying for an exam. Natural Selection 2 doesn't fiddle around with much story, preferring instead to get right to the action. Playing as either the human marine frontiersman or the creepy mutated alien Kara, each side works at collectively gunning or chomping its way towards establishing a foothold on the sprawling complexes where the game's crazy matches unfold. While you spend a lot of time focused on capturing, fortifying, and defending hotly contested resource hotspots, everything ultimately builds towards one singular objective: annihilating your foe's command bases as quickly as possible. Every minute your adversaries spend gathering resources and researching new tech makes them tougher to defeat. This pushes both sides to constantly stay on the offensive, making for vigorous encounters as bullets, explosives, and gobs of vomitous alien spew fly in all directions. Most players handle the grunt work for their team, running around killing on the front lines in fast-paced first-person combat. It's a thrilling, if somewhat familiar role, but Natural Selection 2 makes things more interesting by letting any player hop into the commander's seat for their team. Fortified at the heart of their faction's starting base, the commander instead views the battlefield from a top-down perspective, issuing orders to other players, laying down support structures, and upgrading tech to boost fighting prowess. Not everyone will listen to or agree with your direction, but when your team is communicating and working cohesively, the camaraderie and rush of victory can't be beat. The interplay between each commander and team makes Natural Selection 2 a uniquely cooperative experience, but it's the sharp contrast between how opposing factions play that really keep dynamic matches feeling fresh and fun. The human faction's tech-heavy toolbox favors elements like gun and armor upgrades, teleporters, well-armed robot suits, and radar. A reliance on electricity to run gear and lights in a given area makes for super intense, eerie moments when power gets knocked out and all hell breaks loose. Aliens offer an entirely different, more organic style of play that centers around expanding a slime cushion to infest corridors and support living structures. Starting out as an ankle-biting skag, you can gradually evolve into new species like the bat-like Fade or the menacing Onos with enhanced special abilities, depending on your commander's research. Natural Selection 2's only real stumbling block is the shoddy way it handles easing newcomers into the fold. The sole explanation of the game's many moving parts comes in the form of a dozen lengthy video tutorials that can take upwards of an hour to get through. Even with some servers marked as welcoming to newcomers, diving in the first few times may be an overwhelming exercise in being brutalized by more experienced players, but once you get into the rhythm of each faction's style of play, Natural Selection 2 opens up the throttle on one of the most interesting and intense multiplayer experiences you'll find on the PC.